Good day and welcome to the Sport Rap Show. This is your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, updating you on the latest sports news. Of course, today it's a Friday and we expect fireworks in the weekend as most of the sporting events take place during the weekend. And now for your latest on the hit list. And here we start off, that is with rugby news, the NIU competition that will be taking place this weekend. And of course, as you can expect, it will be a big clash that is between Trustco United and Rehoboth. And now that is Mr. Dickson, the coach of that is Trustco United, has already shared some concerns. Trustco United head coach Robbie Dickson had some injury concerns to take into account yesterday. That was a big one. He believes that the matches will be very difficult as he was finalizing his first team selection for Saturday's crunched away match against FNB Rehoboth. The Philistines, who are that is the title holder in the Namibia Rugby Union's Premier League, face a do or die as they attempt to complete a late comeback into a top 4 finish and squeeze into that is the semi-finals. Their opponents Rehoboth will not repeat the previous 2 years semi-final appearance, with only this match left to complete their somewhat disappointing season. Jude Opperman's Red Bulls Red Bulls are in 7th position with 35 points from 14 matches. Rehoboth has blown hot and cold this season despite a decent presence of potential game breakers. United 5th, 37 points from 14, has one match in hand against FNB Rehoboth Falcon a week later. We now move on, that is to football news, where African Stars FC will battle that is Jwaneng Galaxy in Botswana. It is a CAF preliminary match. It is the first leg. It is happening in Botswana, of course, due to the fact that African Stars do not have a stadium here that is in Namibia fit for CAF standard matches. Stars will have to win this one in order to move into the final round of the Champions League qualifiers. Jwaneng Galaxy as well will have to move this one in order to move into that competition. Only one team will have to move on and maybe join a team that is from Madagascar or Orlando Pirates that is in the final round of those qualifiers. Of course, we know that African Stars has had a pre-season tournament, pre-season matches that they have played over the couple of weeks, doing quite well in those ones, playing against familiar opponents like in Botswana in order to prepare them for the CAF Champions League match. We will now move, that is, to a commercial break, and after that we dive into what is in the pipeline.
From the day you were born and welcomed until your pensioner years on this earth, your life is filled with changes and phases. What mattered the most at age 10 may be an unknown memory at 25. The heartbreak at 16 may be replaced with wedding bells at 27. The degree you've always wanted or starting your career business may come true at age 30. And the dream to own your own home may come to realization at age 50. Whatever stage you find yourself in, whatever matters right now, Standard Bank has what you need to bank like you. Choose your own path. Choose endless possibilities. Standard Bank, it can be.
There is plenty to expect in the pipeline, of course, but the big one that's taking place will be tomorrow night as the MTC Nesta Sunshine Boxing Promotions hosts its put together as one boxing bonanza. Of course, Matthias Hayter and Tato Bonakwane will be taking on each other in a big one there. It is the Pan Africa, that is the WBA featherweight title that will be taking place at the Windhoek Country Club. Now, Sport Rep earlier this week was at the face-off and has these videos compiled for you.
First of all, thank you for coming to this boxing briefing. Let me welcome our visitors from South Africa, Tato and his coach. Of course, they know this place, they have been here before. They know the nightmare of Namibia. You can remember that. And of course, today they're here for another assignment. On Saturday, 7th August, Windhoek Country Club for the WBA Pan Africa title. Yeah, of course, the opponent is here, the main bout. It's another big thing for the promoter because it's not easy to get people from overseas or from abroad here. Yeah, so welcome, guys. And of course, like I said, it's going to be a very exciting fight involving Namibians, South Africans, and Zimbabweans. So of course, the main bout is going to be between Matthias Hayter on my right and in Tato Kwani. And of course, then we have exciting undercards. Of course, we want to have another main bout in the main bout. Jeremiah King and Kathira. The past few years, he was just flying past country club, land in Las Vegas and fight, come back. So this time we're gonna stop at Windhoek Country Club. We're gonna fight Jeremiah Mayor from Zimbabwe. That fight will be over 10 rounds. So welcome back home. Okay. And of course, but also another exciting fight. That was there on my left side. Prospect in the making. He's still an amateur, but we're grooming him for the future. If you see, this year we didn't have any boxers Olympics, meaning the next Olympic is taken care of. Yes. We have to look at the development because you can see our development is a little bit down the drain. And done the development program, you know, I have boxing at the Olympic Games, Olympic World Championship. You have to see and motivate others to work hard so they can represent Namibia. That's what we've been doing all the years. Yeah, that is another story for another day. But for now, he's gonna fight again on this card against Philippines Chicago. It's going to be a rematch, remember. Then on the same card, we're going to also have a final bout. Alpha and Omega. This is the Pandora training. That fight is going to be over 3 rounds. So yeah, we are here to promote boxing and to make boxing exciting and to make boxing accessible for everybody. We feel free to demonstrate his skills, willingness, and to entertain the people who represent Namibia, who don't know the world. So, women is also allowed in Namibia. So, anyone, but we have to show the world that we can box. We cannot just say we want to box, show that we can box. They're willing to participate. So, yeah, these women show the others that they are willing to participate. And of course, we can also have other boxers on the undercard, like Mr. Thomas, Mr. Mkoto, and of course, Sam Matthews, and Rastus Shapaka, and of course, Muniela Tobias, who's he's a Bulero boy. He says he's gonna come and knock out Shapaka. Yeah, let's come and see what is going to happen that fight. So the fight is going to be in Windhoek Country Club. Starting time is 6:30 in the evening. Because the entrance to the fight general ticket is $200. Table sitting 10 is going for 20,000. Box dine and wine. Yeah, so if you this table we're also using as it's also funding for the fight, because such a fight, to put up a fight like this is very expensive. Because you see today the exchange rate of the dollar. And of course, when the exchange rate of the dollar is going up, the flight ticket is going up, accommodation is going up, food, everything going up, so it's very expensive. And we are committed to do this. And we just invite the whole nation to come and support. Come in a big number and support boxing. Yeah, so now today, actually we are here for face off. And so for the main bout and the other guys. Yeah, but before we do the face off, we want just to give the champions on the main table a chance to say something. Maybe we should start with, Peter.
That was Nestor Tobias, of course, promoting his big event that's coming up tomorrow night at the Vendo Country Club. Now we will go for a short break, and after that Brian Munango will take us through some hockey developments there. And after that it will be Ario Hart with the latest international to say goodbye. For me, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, I will be back in studio, that is for the Saturday Sport Rap Show. So please do not forget to tune in tomorrow, that is from 10 o'clock all the way till the wrap-up show that will be taking place, that is at 5 o'clock to 6 to 7 o'clock indeed. So for me, enjoy the weekend.
Neo Paints is proud to call Namibia home. For more than 70 years, Neo Paints has been inspired by this country's natural colors and beauty. To produce the wide variety of trusted quality paints we have become known for. Proudly Namibian by nature, Neo Paints has over the years involved itself in several key projects across the nation, bringing lasting beauty, premium paints to liven up both indoor and outdoor environments. As durable as the Namib Desert, Neo Paints has stood the test of time through all weather conditions, leaving a lasting impression on the hearts and the minds of all Namibians. Neo Paints Namibia, a coat of excellence.
And welcome back, viewers. Well, we have a special edition for this one, and I am joined by representatives from the Namibian Hockey Union. On my right, I have Mary Hansen, and on my left, I have Brenda Liman. So, guys, please introduce yourself, and let's start off with Mary Hansen.
Hi, I'm Mary Hansen. I'm currently the manager for the Namibia Senior Men's Indoor Team, and I'm also helping the Women's Indoor Team in the absence of a manager for them. And apart from that, I'm responsible for helping raise funds overall for the NHU.
Boom. Okay, Brenda?
Hi, I'm Brenda Liman. I'm the manager for the Senior Women's Outdoor Team as well as the Hockey Fives team.
Okay, lovely stuff. We'll talk more about the backup player campaign shortly.
Okay.
Let's first reflect on what happened in the test series that we had going on in Zimbabwe for the under-16s and for the under-18s. Just to start off, Brenda, I'm sure you followed the results closely. You saw what the under-16s did and the under-18s. What are your thoughts on Namibia's performance this time around?
They've done really well for themselves, securing first place with the under-16 girls, and then the under-16 boys and under-18 boys and girls, they came in second place. So that's really a testament to their skill. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's great to see that the young and upcoming talent is doing so well. So we know that our future senior teams are also in good hands. Okay,
we got a gold from the under-16 girls. Wonderful achievement, Mary. What are your thoughts? Did you guys expect more? Did you think we'll get more gold medals than only one? Or what were your thoughts going into this competition? Before it all started, what were your predictions for the competition?
Obviously, when we go into a competition, we expect to reach the final. That is probably our first goal. And then we do expect to win it. So it was a bit sad that our teams couldn't all bring home gold. But we are very proud of their achievements. We also know that Zimbabwe is commonly known as our Achilles heel in outdoor. So we always fight with them. And yeah, so it was a tough one. We knew going in it was going to be tough, but we always expected them to come home with the gold. But they're coming home with the silver. They really played well. We watched basically all of the games, and we're very proud of what the coaches and the management staff has been able to achieve with them in Zimbabwe. And as she also said, it's a great feeder scheme for our national teams. Yes.
And I mean, hockey, it just guarantees that the sport is going to grow really well. I mean, we are laying the foundation in the right places. We have 2 players that did make it as the players of the tournament in the under 16. We'll just have a look now to just see who was our player of the tournament. Sienna Richards, I'm sure you guys know her well. She was the player of the tournament for the under 16s and also for the under 18s. We did pick up one with the boys where we have Hilton Lima, who also picked up the player of the tournament. What does that mean for you guys?
It's an awesome achievement. If you look at both of them, their careers, they started playing from 6-7 years old. Sienna is in the country at the moment. Lima is schooling in South Africa, in Cape Town. And it's really a testament to what investment has been made into these players, not only by the union, but by their parents. Because it costs to maintain players at this level. Yeah, so we're very proud of them.
And I think with Hilton as well, it's also, you know, the under 18 boys, they only came second. So for him to have stood out as the player of the tournament and not from the winning team, that's also pretty commendable.
Yes.
Now, for you guys that are involved at the big teams, at the national teams, seeing small teams like this, seeing the young kids coming up and growing, doesn't that excite you guys for the future of hockey in Namibia?
It does. In fact, many of our current senior players started playing this tournament in 2017, representing their country for the very first time. And if you look at their careers and where they are now, it's really a launch pad for them. And we can see the impact this tournament has made on Namibia. So we're very excited, really. Yeah.
Okay, now moving forward to what we are all gathered here for. Brenda, I'm going to put you on the spot to just tell us a little bit more about what you guys will see the number on the screen now and the whole thing, the Back a Player campaign that we are all very excited for. Tell us a little bit more about what this is about.
So the Back a Player campaign is a fundraising initiative to help get our players to this competition, which is it's a pretty big one, especially given, you know, with outdoor we don't have as many opportunities than indoor, and it's, you know, bigger teams, so the expenses are also a little bit more rough. And yeah, so with the players, they have to sometimes fund themselves. And it can be a little bit tough, especially most of them are working. They can't always get sports leave approved, so it does put a little bit of a financial strain on them. So yeah, the idea is to help them just a little bit, just to get where they need to be so that they can take part in this competition.
Lovely. Okay, guys, you will need to memorize that account number there, as it is very important. 800-366-4403. I am still very not confused, but I'm still in both. I'm transitioning between indoor and outdoor. I just did the outdoor at the Africa Cup, so I'm still very not where I'm supposed to be. But Mary was speaking behind the scenes, the qualifiers.
Yes.
What does this mean for both teams? Or what can it mean at the end of the day if we do get what we want out of this tournament?
If we qualify, we will proceed on to the full African Cup of Nations, which is next year. And if we do well there, pretty well, I'm sure we can do that. We might be qualifying for the World Cup and also for the Commonwealth Games. Why this tournament is also important, it's a regional tournament and leading up to a continental tournament, and that's where we gain ranking points. Currently we are very low in the world in comparison to indoor, so we really need to make use of this opportunity to grow our outdoor hockey and to give those youngsters we spoke about earlier on a future plan. Yes, so it's important for us.
Okay, speaking of indoor, I think we are ranked second in Africa.
Yes, we are currently the African champions, which we won in May, as we all know.
Yes,
very
we all
excited
know
about that.
Yeah.
So based on the world ranking points, we are currently second in Africa and 14th in the world.
Wow.
The women are
Second in Africa.
Second in Africa, and I'm not sure about their number in the world, but it's I think it's 1 or 2 places above us.
Is it?
Yes.
Then I think it's 16 or 17. I'm not sure, but the number brings back a memory.
So indoor is making real inroads at the moment. And you know what happens when we have our country compete in international tournaments and we do well, then other countries, they actually sit up and they notice, like we did at the World Cup last year, and they actually start inviting you to their countries to come and play. As opposed to outdoor, they might look at you and say, this is a small country somewhere there in 80 something. No, what are they bringing us to the table? So that's why international exposure is very important to grow the sport.
Okay, well, indoor hockey World Cup, we all know is set for Croatia next in February. But speaking of outdoor, what is, I don't know if I'm putting you guys on the spot, but what is being done to make sure that hockey outdoor, the outdoor hockey is up to par with indoor? What are we doing to make sure that we get to the same level?
I thought we were already on the hot seat and all the lights are on. I think we need to definitely invest in the teams financially and create opportunities for them to go and play other nations, because that's the only way that we will be able to grow our talent and our players. Because at the moment, if we just play inside and play each other in Namibia, there's no way we're going to grow. I mean, I might think I'm the best player in the world when I'm playing in the Premier League in Namibia, but when I step outside, wow, there's a huge difference. And the players outside, they are growing and developing. Their countries are creating opportunities for them. So we need to do the same thing, but it costs money. Like, for example, in Zim now, apart from the cost, Zim is using US dollars. So for us, that's $1 Namibia dollar times 18.
Already.
So it's an expensive thing. Although it's at our neighboring country, we think it should not be cheap. It should be cheaper, but it's expensive. So really investment, and that will create opportunities for the teams. It will also help us to create opportunities for our current coaches to grow and develop, send them on courses, send them outside the country on secondments, for example. It would make a huge difference.
Wow. Okay. Very well said. Anything you want to add to what Mary just said?
I think it also, it starts with these junior teams that we are sending out. So more of these kinds of tournaments, and as Mary said, getting to play outside, so you can get a feel of other competition. So if we invest well in the juniors as well, then we've got a bright future ahead.
I think Freddie Muya at the send-off we had for the under-16 and the under-18 said something about playing at home is very nice because you have an extra player with your family and with the crowd, but being exposed outside is it's a whole different ball game, because you are now exposed to international players and you get to experience how people actually play outside of Namibia. But okay, like I said, before we do let you guys leave, back a player campaign, any last words for the viewers that are watching at home as to why they should back our players and why our players need this funding?
So playing for one's country it's a really big honor. So this is why we really want to help get our players to where they need to be. These are talented individuals. Some of them are students as well. And just to get that exposure. We've had a lot of support in the past from corporates, but we want to encourage more to get on board with us for future tours, and just to keep hockey growing in Namibia.
Okay, well, Mary, you said earlier, the players are going to Zimbabwe where they use the US dollar. We all know the US dollar is very expensive compared to the Namibian. So for the players, for the people that are watching, they must definitely make sure to give us some of those funds so that we can send our players.
Yes, and sometimes when we go out and we ask people for assistance, people think they have to give us thousands of rands or millions of rands. With this campaign, we're really giving every citizen, every supporter of hockey an opportunity to come on board. A small amount, doesn't matter how small, it will help our players get to Zimbabwe. And we would really appreciate it to give them this opportunity, well-deserved opportunity, to go and represent their country outside.
Lovely stuff. And we do if we do well, we might qualify for the World Cup. And there's a lot at stake. So guys, jump on board. There's the account number again, 800-366-4403. Deposit any amount you can or you are able to and help the players, and then get them all the way to Zim, help them participate in the competition. Like it was stated earlier, it is an expensive competition at the end of the day, and most of these guys are still in school with parents providing for them still So it's definitely very expensive. So we urge everyone out there to make sure that they do get to depositing. We'll have the account number in the description below, just for you guys to copy and paste. I mean, no one wants to memorize numbers and all of that. But from me and the hockey representatives, Mary Hansen and Brenda Liman, thank you for joining us in studio. Thank you for taking time out of your schedules. And yeah, that's all that we do have for you guys today. It is goodbye from us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.